Hi, welcome to First Editing. I'm Joellen, and today we'll be talking about how to write and structure a literature review. So first, let's discuss what is a literature review. It's essentially a section of your academic paper that summarizes and analyzes the existing research on a particular topic. And this provides a broader context for your research, and it demonstrates your knowledge of the field in which you're writing here. So again, not only that, but it also helps you identify any gaps or missing information in the current research, and your paper might just be the thing that fills in some of those gaps. So when you're writing a literature review, remember that it should include a comprehensive synthesis of relevant information from multiple sources. These can be journal articles, books, dissertations, conference proceedings, and many other scholarly materials. And it's important to evaluate the quality of these sources so that your own research is accurate and up to date. Today, we'll have a look at different approaches and to writing this literature review and all the steps to follow and what the basic structure looks like. So let's get started. Contrary to what you might think, there is no one way to write a literature review. In fact, there are several common approaches out there. And while narrative reviews take stock of the relevant literature on a specific topic by summarizing the key findings from different sources, systematic reviews are a bit more comprehensive. So they involve searching for evidence and using predefined criteria and then synthesizing those results together. Then we have qualitative studies, which, as opposed to quantitative studies, focus on understanding the individual experiences in depth and linking them to a particular research question. And finally, a meta-analysis combines data from multiple sources to draw conclusions about larger trends or relationships between the variables. So the approach you choose depends on your research topic and your field of study and the questions you're trying to answer. No matter what approach you pick, there are some key steps to writing a literature review that can be applied to all of them. So step one is to identify your research question and the scope of your review. Easy enough, right? Well, the trickier bit comes with step two, which is searching for your sources. You can use various databases, libraries, and search engines to find all the relevant information. And next, you'll evaluate the quality and relevance of the sources you found. Some will be better than others, so be aware of that and try to assess this based on credibility, reliability, validity, and also based on how recent they are. Now, the fourth step is to organize all your sources into themes or categories. This will help you keep your notes well organized, and which in turn makes the writing easier for you. And after you synthesize your information, which involves summarizing the key findings, identifying any gaps, and creating a coherent narrative out of everything you've got, you're ready to start writing. And we'll go over the structure you can follow in just a little bit here. So step 7 is revising and editing. You're going to check for any errors and grammatical mistakes and make sure the review is logically organized. So once that's done, there is one final step, and that's the conclusion. So summarize the main points from the review, provide any recommendations that you have for future research, and that's your review done. Now, for the actual structure, as with our key steps, there are 7 parts that break up your review into logically organized pieces. So the first is the introduction. Here you should provide background information about the topic, and you should set the stage for the rest of the review. Especially important that this particular bit is in good shape because it's the first thing your readers will see, so get their attention. And then we move on to the background, which recaps the brief history and the context of the topic. Afterward, you state your objectives, or in other words, the purpose and the goals of the literature review that you are providing. You should also write about your research methods. Here you explain how you found and selected the resources for the review, which is super important. And next is the summary and the evaluation stage, where you assess the relevance and the quality of your sources. And then you go on to write the synthesis of your findings. And the conclusion comes last. It should summarize the main points from the review, and it needs to offer suggestions for any future research. Now, before we part for today, I have one last tip to give you. If your literature review is part of a bigger academic paper, like for example, a dissertation, aim to write the literature review first. The process of researching the current scope of knowledge in your field is going to help you shape your own research question before you start working on it. And your project might be higher quality as a result because you'll know how it fits into the existing body of knowledge. So that's everything for today. I appreciate you coming here and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you at our next session, and thank you for watching.